wrote you a letter, would I have a chance? Would you read my letter if I had it sent? If I wrote you a
is your friendly angelic being from another mother once again here to welcome you to the show and do show things. But first and foremost, I have a few announcements to make. I don't know what they are, but I'm gonna make them. Here we go. Announcement number 1. Hi, I'm here. See, that was a great announcement. You enjoyed it, didn't you?
What are you doing? Like, honestly.
I'm welcoming everyone to the show. Like I'm supposed to.
No, I think you're supposed to, like, actually welcome them to the show, not, like, do some convoluted bullshit like you're doing right now.
Well then, on with the show!
Hi everyone, welcome to the show. It is currently 9:33. We have a short amount of time to do a lot of things. We're going to be live right now until midnight tonight, maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little less. All depends on how things play out. So tonight and tomorrow night we're going to be on only until midnight due to the fact that I work Wednesday and Thursday. Then Friday we return back to or Thursday we return back to our longer programs. So Thursday will be up nice and late. Friday, much of the same. Saturday, I think we have dragons happening. So we'll play that by ear. I gotta find out. And then Sunday we'll have a nice long stream. Hopefully between... It looks like each one of these chapters, according to how long to beat, takes anywhere between 6 and 8 hours. So we should be able to bang out most of it through this weekend. Today and tomorrow we'll probably only be able to do 1 total. So that's where things are sitting right now. So let's give the update of where we're at. So we have made it back to the first. We've talked to our little friend Tataro here, and we were finding out from Krill that situation is getting dire for those that do not have their bodies currently or in the first. It is being found that their strain on their aether is becoming more and more, and eventually will break and cause them to lose connection between their body and soul. Plans were being made in creation of trying to create a way for them to get home. In doing so, we made a new friend called Balmung, I think his name is, or her name is. She is a soul crafter who is attempting to find ways and help them getting back. We've just came back after realizing that the original plan is not going to work, but in doing so, we have found a way to start correcting the imbalance in people through a summoning spell that Alizael learned, and she, with the summoner, are hoping to be able to use this information, sent it with us back to Krill, and now we're here to continue the journey. There we go. Update complete. Okay, should probably turn the music on. Hi, Krill. It's almost like a whole patch passed in just one day. Siegfried, my, what a pleasant surprise. If you come to inquire about the Archons, fear not. Master Matoya treatment has proved effective in stabilizing the corporal aether. We mustn't grow complacent, however. Potent though those magics may be, they are not without limits. We can only hope that they afford us enough time for the crystal Aearch to complete his work. If only we could go out with you to the first and help. Pardon the interruption, but I come bearing urgent news. Hi, who are you? Oh, okay, Maximo. Ah, Siegfried. It has been far too long, my friend. Forgive me, I don't believe we have been formally introduced. Maxima, former Gorian ambassador. I remain here in Eorzea under the auspices of Commander Alden. Offer what counsel I can in hopes of resolving the present conflict with the Empire. Yes. I've heard stories of the defector from Garlemald, but never mind you. You said you have urgent news? Indeed. As you may have heard, the Imperial capital is in turmoil, and a sizable portion of the Garland forces have been recalled from the Garland Dark. With their numbers so greatly diminished, the main host of the Alliance has withdrawn, leaving the Almegan resistance to keep watch over the border. And we have welcomed the most unexpected visitor who claims that this de-escalation may bell growing dangers and unforeseen threats. Wow, Commander Alden has arranged an impromptu meeting to discuss these revelations. He has also requested a representative of the Scions attend as well, though it is clear who he wishes to extend the invitation to. It would seem time is of the essence. Well, you'll not be attending this meeting alone. Though I am not well versed in the affairs of city-states of our comrades, I see no reason to burden a single Scion with all this. Yes, of course. Then we must make it to Almega Quarter with all haste. Well, what are you waiting for? Get going, you two. Bow, bow, curtsy. I saw you blow up a car in GTA. Is this why we don't allow you to drive at work? A kid. A kid. A kid. Or do I? Oh, hold on. Let's go to the mender. Repair the shit repair all my shit. Oh, we're already repaired? Cool. Cool. How you doing this evening? Commander Alden awaits us in the Royal Palace. If you would follow me. Wait, you really made me, like, land there? Okay, you're gonna walk me in. So to say, if you made me get off my mount and then fly, I was gonna be like, alright, come on, really? It's 3021 in Final Fantasy is really Final Fantasy 323. Oh, come on, they'll be much higher than that at that point.
Commander. And I, for one, am grateful that they are. Told you've been busy since our paths last crossed at the Gimlet Dark. Not that I understand half of it. When the Scions spoke of other worlds, I'd struggled to describe what I pictured. Mayhap things would seem clearer were I to hear the tale from your own lips. But I'm afraid the situation will not afford us that luxury. I trust you two require no introduction.
We meet again, hero of Eorzea. Must we repeat this ridiculous display? I pose no threat to you, though what I come to warn you of very well might.
Had he meant to do us harm, I hazard he would have kept to the shadows and brought more than 2 companions. We need not pretend to be the best of friends, but I hope we can put aside our differences for the present.
I mean, he's killing Asians, so that's the thing. With the little Chewbacca creatures. Little Chewbacca creatures? What are you talking about?
As you are doubtless aware, Sir Estinian and I cooperated to rid the world of Black
I don't know
Rose in
which
your
Final
absence.
Fantasy you're talking about.
Our journey together took us as far as the Imperial Palace, where we witnessed Emperor Varus meet his death at Xenos' hand. Being the sole witnesses to this crime, and in no position to defend our innocence, we were then forced to flee, each pursuing his own avenue of escape.
You could color the Chewbaccas in different... Are you sure it was a Final Fantasy?
When we were later reunited, Estinian claimed to have encountered an unfamiliar kind of machina during his flight. But to me, his description seemed anything but. And upon further investigation, I found that I was right. The Empire is developing a new Ultima weapon.
What, that Allagan monstrosity, created to vanquish primals, with which you yourself once thought to conquer Eorzea?
The same. In my foolishness, I sought to harness its power, and became the Ascian's pawn in so doing. But you know as well as I how that tale ended. The weapon itself, excavated from beneath this very city, was destroyed ere we could fully unravel its secrets, and that should have been the end of it. But unlikely as it sounds, the Empire's efforts to recreate it have somehow borne fruit, primarily through secret research conducted by the 7th Imperial Legion, it would seem.
Wait, the 7th was all but annihilated at Cartano, along with its legatus.
That's what I thought.
Indeed. Few survived. The 7th, as it is now, has little in common with the Legion led by Vandanis, and its leadership has changed hands several times since. Precisely how this project has continued despite such turmoil, and under whose auspices, remains a mystery. What we do know, however, is that a number of prototypes have been produced.
Oh, great.
And that one of them is on its way to Eorzea. We attempted to stop it, but it was all we could do to slow its progress, so we resolved instead to bring you warning.
And right glad are we that you did, though it soundly dashed our hopes that tensions might ease at last.
As it is, we've begun to strengthen our presence in the Gimlet Dark, and are assembling a force to meet the coming threat. A force with you in its vanguard, I hope.
Are you talking about the Chocobo? Or something else?
Before you say anything, I know full well you have pressing concerns of your own. Your comrades remain in peril, and I would not ask you to forsake them.
But
the fact remains that you and you alone have faced the Ultima weapon and emerged victorious. We need you. And so, when the time comes, if your comrades can spare you, I bid you lend us your strength. I've assigned an officer to await your word.
that's my job.
The Ascian's downfall was to be the work of my remaining days. But it was my hand that kindled these flames, and I cannot allow them to spread any further. I will do what I must to see this mistake consigned to history once and for all. Even if it means begging your aid. The Fates will enjoy the irony, even as I endure the ignominy.
Something tells me you're not thinking about Final Fantasy. I think you're probably, like, skipping it with something else.
I too shall make for the border and offer my skills, meager though they seem in such company. Mayhap we shall meet there anon.
Cat fox thing, and you were able to color it.
Though we can ill afford to ignore the coming of a new Ultima weapon, our friends' plight grows ever more precarious, and none save you can join them in the first. I only hope you are not forced to make a choice.
Oh, you know I'm gonna be. Now that you put it out there in the ether, you know I'm gonna have to make a choice at some point. As ever, the way forward is paved with difficult decisions. We can ill afford to ignore the threat of the new ultimate weapon, but with each passing day, the plight of the Scions grows even more perilous. If you cannot stay for a debriefing on the ultimate weapon, I will not stop you. I only ask that you confer with me before returning to the first. Money! I take it you're ready to return to the first? Then I would ask that you apprise the others of the recent events here in the source, namely Xenos' return and the development of a new ultimate weapon. As for their bodies, you may assure them Master Matoya will continue doing what we can to keep their corporal aether stable. Safe travels, Siegfried. I hope to see you and the other Scion soon. Wait, hold on. This? I don't think there was ever a thing where you could color them. I mean, unless it was part of, like, some, like, outline game that I've just never played, which is possible. Oh, let's see here. Not seeing anything when I just type in coloring carbuncle game. It has to be not part of the main branch of Final Fantasy then. Like almost like a you know how like Mario Paint exists, but it's not a Mario game, it's like a painting game. Oh, you've come at the most opportune time, my friend. I've had something of a breakthrough in my research on the souls and mean to return to the Scion's home. I trust you too have been making good use of your time. Remember, it was a Moogle. Okay, yep, there's Moogles. Yeah, I still think you're the... Moogle paint is a feature in the Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles series. Oh, that's why. It was a GameCube game. I never owned a GameCube. So there you go. There's your answer. So it doesn't count. It's Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. See? Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles is a spin-off companion game outside the main Final Fantasy series, released in 2003 for the Nintendo GameCube. So it is not an actual Final Fantasy game. Then I will summon the others, that we might be able to appraise of the situation. Well, yes, it had characters that involved Final Fantasy to some degree. Like Moogles and Carbuncles and shit. Hi guys! It's me! I've returned. Where's Alicio? Oh, she's doing the...
Now that we are all here,
healing
what
thing.
news from the source?
We're all gonna die. There's his ultimate weapon. I beat it once, and now it's back, and it's gonna kill everyone.
A new Ultima weapon? We must count ourselves lucky that Gaius has pledged his assistance.
While this is indeed a worrying development, I think the state of the Empire as a whole greater grounds for concern. With the Emperor slain and Xenos returned, it is impossible to predict how matters will unfold in Garlemald. The Ultima weapon may be but the first of many unpleasant surprises.
The situation beareth closer observation, of that there is no doubt, and doth compound our need to return unto the source.
Do.
Then let us address that issue. Our long search for a means to see you safely home.
Welcome to the magic of Twitch streaming, where it is fickle, and all you have to do is keep working hard, putting your nose to the grindstone, and hopefully at some point you get some traction.
Thanks in large part to Urianger and Beklug's invaluable insight, we have succeeded in fashioning...
It's a lot of hard work, though. I know that much. I will never say anyone got there, you know, the easy mode, you know, like their first day in. I mean, the only people who really get it like easy are like the people that like by far like the people that are already like stars within their own right. So like when Snoop Dogg decided to start streaming it, his stream blew the f*** up. Why? Because he's Snoop Dogg, you know?
We set out to create a crystalline container retaining the more useful properties of white aurosite, but without its regrettable limitations. And after a good deal of trial and error, we made one. An ark for soul and mind both, that will allow your incorporeal self in its entirety to be ferried between worlds. A spirit vessel,
I know.
if you will.
I understand that. But that's what I said is like anyone who's big right now on Twitch, it's either A, they worked really hard and eventually it took, or they came in already giant, you know? Did you know water is wet? We are not having that argument here.
However,
though the vessel is possessed of the requisite qualities to hold mind and memory, it wanteth yet for a means to receive of them. For that, we must needs imbue it with the Exarch's innate gift.
That whole argument.
A gift that lives on only through the blood of the Allegan Emperors, which certainly does not flow within aurosite or any other crystal.
Just so, milady. The blood serveth as a conduit of sorts. In its absence, memory cannot pass from mind unto mind, nor from flesh unto crystal.
That being the case, we must either alter the process of inheritance so as to require no such thing, or determine a means by which my blood may permeate the vessel. I am hopeful that the records found within this tower will yield the knowledge we
Tomorrow there are
require to
none on the
pursue one or
board,
the other of these
unless they've added one in the last hour. But Thursday's a different story.
As well you should be. The Allegan's body of etherological research is extraordinary. I can scarce believe it the work of ages past. But its underlying principles are not so very different from those of my own field of study. Given time, we will find the answers we seek.
I know that you can ill afford to wait, and it pains me that I must ask you to do so. I can only reaffirm my promise to you that a solution will be found.
Okay, good.
Whatever it takes, I will see you safely home.
Oh God. He's still offering to off himself to send people home.
My apologies.
What's up, Lena?
I do hope you haven't come to tell us that mortal peril fast approaches.
No. I had hoped to speak with the Warrior of Darkness.
Uh-oh. Meow.
But there is no need to cut short your meeting on my account. I will be waiting outside.
Why not speak in here? She knows I don't mind. Unless she didn't want to.
Oh.
Perhaps I might accompany you. Though I am woefully ill-qualified to assist in the Exarch's research, I may yet be of some use to Lena.
Oh. Money. Okay, hold on. No money on this one. I must confess, while I enjoy my fair share of scholarly research, I will be a good step outside the spot of fresh air. Now then, shall we go speak to Lena? Lunia? Namnyamnya? Look at all that money right there, just sitting there. That's 5,000, 10,000. That's 12,500 gold right there. That's almost a sixth of an item I just bought. I did it. It's raining and it's night. We did it. What's up, Lena? We have little time, so I'll be brief. A sin eater has been sighted in Lakeland, and I ask for your assistance in slaying it. A sin eater? I had heard some few had yet remained at night had returned, but perhaps we should call the others. That will not be necessary. It is only a single sin eater. A simple task for our guard, I should think. That said, I believe fighting alongside the Warrior of Darkness would be a valuable experience for them. Peace can lead to complacency, and they gain nothing from an easy victory. But you do not underestimate your foes, however harmless they may seem. My men would do well to learn from your example. Me? Why not just Alphanod? Excellent. Then let us make for Fort Jube. We're gonna teleport right to Fort Jube. If you'd wait here for a moment, I will gather the others. Okay, I could do that. This is all your guard? You got 3 people? We're f***ed. You may not remember, but you have met these soldiers once before, though, only in passing. Long have they waited the opportunity to fight at your side. I was at death's door that day after the Sin Eaters attacked, and if you and yours hadn't come along, I'd be likely stepped through. I wouldn't have been alone. Your courage and selflessness is something we all aspire to. I too was there on that terrible day. My friends were transformed into Sin Eaters before my very eyes, and I had no choice but to cut them down. The thought of returning to the field, of holding a blade again, it filled me with dread. But that is no way to honor her or my comrades, and so I've returned. I swear I will not let you or anyone else down on this day forward.
Pleasure to meet you, sir. Truly, it seems only yesterday I watched as you fight alongside... What do you mean my voice is really deep for someone the smallest out of here? It's really messed up. Yep, and I want you to go save the Oracle. Strange to think that the Almoran soldiers were once locked blades are now on our side, but we will do our utmost to upkeep the peace here in Lakeland.
We seem to be missing one. Guy with no helmet. My apologies, Captain Lana. Our elder gentleman asked that I escort him to Cleamount. It took longer than I anticipated. I will not begrudge your desire to help those in need, but a soldier must be punctual, especially when we play host to honored guests. It won't happen again. The name's Thaler. I'm sure you don't remember, but we met once before in the infirmary. I remember him. What's up, bro? I asked you to deliver a message to Exarch and the Warrior of Darkness. Little did I know I was already talking to him. Don't give up, don't give in. I kept those words close to my heart, and the boundless, beautiful skies above serve as a reminder of this importance. My friend got to see the knight's return shortly before he passed. He left his word with this world with a smile, satisfied with a glimpse of what was to come. But there are countless others who weren't as fortunate. They gave their lives for the promise of a future they'll never know, and so it falls to us to do everything we can to fulfill the promise. No matter what happens, we won't give up. We won't give in. Your heroism inspired all of our guardsmen in much the same manner. Our scouts at the northern staging point have not had the pleasure of meeting you in person. Let us not keep them waiting. Okay. Where are we going to? Oh, we're going way the hell up there. Alright. Well... Rain. Dun, doo, 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 doo. Oh, this way. Did you guys already kill it? Wow, you didn't even need me. Why the hell am I here then? You killed it.
Did you slay this eater? Your orders were to await the main force before engaging.
No, Captain. It wasn't us, I swear it. A man came out of nowhere and cut it down before we knew what was happening.
Damn.
By himself. Certainly it is no light warden, but nevertheless.
It's true. Felled it with a single swing of his axe, he did. I've never seen anything like it. So I says to him, who are you, the warrior of bleeding darkness? And he says, no, I'm a warrior of light. And that was it. Buggered off as quick as he came.
A warrior of light? Why would someone go around calling himself that, though? It was those bastards who caused the flood. I mean, if you were going to pretend to be anyone, it'd be him, the warrior of darkness.
Eh? Oh, I didn't know. It's an honor.
Uh-oh.
Since the Eater is no longer a threat, our work here is done. Return to your posts.
I had hoped to fight at your side today. But I'll continue to follow your example. And may we meet again.
Damn right.
I apologize for the wasted journey. It seems I overestimated the threat. As for this warrior of light, I do not know who would be brazen enough to take that mantle for his own. Whatever it may once have meant, it is forever tainted by the association with the Flood. The Exarch told me the truth of Ardbert and his comrades' deeds, and I am aware they played some part in your own triumph. But to most, they are synonymous with the calamity that befell this world. Still, if this man is minded to destroy Sin Eaters, I may forgive him his unfortunate choice of alias. But that is neither here nor there. I thank you for accompanying me.
With that concluded, shall we return to the Crystarium? There is a proposal I should like to make.
Okay.
Forgive me. There is one more thing.
What's up, girl?
A personal concern of mine. I had hoped you might have a moment to speak privately.
Take your time. I shall go on ahead.
Oh. I'm sorry, bunny girl. My character's already spoken for. Alice Hale will stab you in the throat. I mean, I know she hasn't admitted it yet, but I'm pretty sure she'll stab anyone in the throat.
I will not mince words. This matter concerns the Exarch.
Okay.
Though his countenance belies his age, his demeanor never has. He has seen more than any man should and grown ever more weary with time. But I see I give the wrong impression. While it is true he attempted to open a letter with the salmon fillet the other evening, we are not here because I suspect his mind is deteriorating. Nor do I believe him to be so maddeningly unconcerned by the prospect of his own death as he once was. Indeed, the opposite is true.
She's afraid he's gonna kill himself.
It is for this reason that I seek your advice. Since he returned from the Tempest, the Exarch is not as he was. He seems a different man, a younger man. I know not the details of his research, but when I saw him at work recently, there was a glint in his eye that I had never seen before. He looked happy. It was as if he had peered into the future and for the first time found joy.
Shoot something. I don't have that power right now.
Though it gladdens me to see him thus, I wonder if I should not keep my distance. I fear that my presence will only anchor him to the past. Remind him of all the pain that came before.
Anchors keep us where we have chosen to be. He's lost without you, you know, and he misses you already. Yep.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Then perhaps we might remain as we were. As we have always been. What a relief. In that case, I will have to speak with him about the amount of time he is spending at work. This research is important, I know, but if he refuses to consider his own health, I will have to consider it for him.
Nice. Nice. There we go. Give me that money. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Hey, look, money. I will not keep you. You and your comrades have much to discuss. I will see the others back to their post. Quest accepted! What do you mean you partially lifted your kneecap? How does one partially lift their kneecap? Three cups of coffee, 30 bags of Wait, what do you mean 30 bags of Wendy's? The hell were you buying at Wendy's that required 30 bags? It's like a lot of nuggets right there. Did you like buy the whole store's nugget collection out? The others were quite shocked to hear what you found in Lakeland, but now that you're here, there's a proposal I should like to make. I have been spending a great deal of time in the Cabinet of Curiosities, and late I have noted more and more people perusing books on history, the years leading up to the Flood in particular. I suspect they wish to know more about the Warrior of Light, as well as they should, but nearly everything I come across describes them as sin-eaters or worse. Regardless of whether or not this Warrior of Light is who he claims to be, I worry that their sudden appearance, in conjunction with the renewed interest in the predecessors, may lead to growing unrest and fear. If the people of the Crystallarium seek the truth, I say we give it to them. I too can attest to the falsehoods found within the full many of the cabinet's tomes, and would nary a mention of the noble deeds of Arbert or his companions. To be fair, they bear some responsibility for the Flood, but when the tale is told again and again over the course of centuries, I'm not surprised to see that their roles distorted and then painted as villains. Well, were it not for the records stored within the Crystal Tower, I would have had no reason to question the narrative. Unfortunately, that knowledge was of no use, for when I arrived here in the first, their reputation had already been irreparably tarnished. That said, there still remains those who worked tirelessly to defend their good name in those early days following the Flood. Considering all the good they have done, I find it a wonder that they needed to defend it at all. They brought to justice the man who misused my knowledge to bring about the fall of Voibert. That such heroes could be spoken of in the same breath as seniors is absurd. Under normal circumstances, I would agree, but time passed, and those who first hand of their deeds dwindled. In the end, only one truth remained, and they were the cause of the flood. With the world on the brink of oblivion, it was all too easy for the warriors of light to become villains deserving only the resentment and hate. At that point, the truth meddled a little. I would not change their lot. Thanks to you all, however, their lot has changed, and now they may heed their long-forgotten truth. You claimed it was Albert who helped you overcome the Emish Schleck, correct? Such a revelation would do well to sway the hearts of those who know him and only as a villain. I have shared this with a select few, but one and all must be told the sacrifice. To that end, I say we proceed with Alphanet's plan. We call together the people of the Crystallarium and recount to them the true tale of the Warriors of Light and the flood that followed in their wake. Well, what say you, Siegfried? Spread the word, I say. I wish we'd done this sooner. True. In hindsight, I agree, but better than late than never, no? Exarch, may I ask you to continue working with Balmung on our means of returning home? The rest of us will see to gathering the people for the Crystallarium in the Exadia. We have yet to reach out to anyone or everyone who might be willing to lend an ear. With any luck, word will spread and more will accompany them. Are you talking about my red creature? Oh, he's not going to be there. Gotta leave first. Then he'll show up. Talk about him? He's my little wind-up red mage. See, look at him. He's dashing. He's such a badass. Forever following me about, learning how to be a true red mage. Oh my god, we have to bounce all over the place. Okay. Let's grab this one right here because we're here. So it's not a creature. It's literally, this is him. That's all it is. It's him. Siegfried. My, what a wonderful surprise. I thought I'd hope your being here doesn't mean someone's been hurt. Thanks to you, I've had far fewer patients coming through my door as of late, which is a shame, come to think of it. I've had fewer opportunities to test my new medicines. I jest, of course. It's actually been quite pleasant to have a few moments to myself now and again. The truth about the Warrior Light, but the Exarch has already spoken with me about them. Well, if there's more of the tale, I'd very much like to hear it. Okay. So we got you. We got 5 people we have to, be like, hey, Warrior of Light time. Alright, let's see here. We'll teleport to Musica Universal Market. Wow, that's a bit extreme, don't you think? Well, well. To what do we owe the pleasure? Whatever it is, I must ask you be brief. With the night return, visitors have been flocking to the crystallarium, and I find myself too busy by half. I don't mind it, though. Seeing the stairs so full of life and excitement, one can almost forget the flood ever happened. The Warrior of Light. Yes, the Exarch has mentioned them before, but everyone knows them now as the cardinal virtues. Or, as you suggested, there is more to it than that. Well, you've got yet to steer us wrong, so I'm willing to hear what you have to say. Okay, good. Run? Did I blow past it? Yeah, I did. Just ran past him like hardcore. I was like looking up here going, yep, I'm going there. It's actually right here. Come to browse the wares in the market, have you? Well, I can guarantee you'll have no trouble finding what you need. Whatever it may be, under Elmore's new leadership, trade has never been more prosperous. Word is that the fellows from Dallas Stonework has taken over as mayor. Did he really? Little wonder business is booming the way it is. I imagine it won't be long before Norvitz reaps the benefits. But you're not come to talk to me about the markets. Something on your mind? Warriors of Light, they did things. I see. The Exarch did mention they had something to do with the returning of the night. Alright. Consider my interest piqued. Okay, good. We need to go to... I'm guessing it's... the launch, and then it's the mean. Well, what a coincidence. I've just reading over a letter I received from Gothel not too long ago. He says a visitor from the crystallarium found him in the bottom of the ocean, and that he's inspired him to reach new artistic heights. Well, I can only think of one person capable of both feats, though I'd say the latter is far more impressive. To think fate could bring the two of you together is such place. I'm sorry? You mean the Exarch didn't tell us the whole story of the Warriors of Light? Well, whatever he has left unsaid, I'm all ears. Alright. Good job. We run back up and then we teleport to this place. The Cabin of Curiosity. There we go. We have arrived. We have to go up. So. Oh God! It's paint by numbers. No, this can't be. Surely there's at least one book here that does not cast the Warriors' light and their deeds in such a negative light. Oh, Siegfried, forgive me. The Cabin of Curiosity has been bustling with visitors of late, but I fear our repository lacks the knowledge they seek. The people wish to know the truth about the flood, of the Warrior of Light. I have searched high and low, but alas, every account portrays them as no better than sin eaters, abominations, worthy only of scorn and resentment. I know they were not always judged so harshly, Yet, I can find no proof, and I dare call myself a librarian. You would think I'd be able to find children's book for everyone, because that's what I do. I hand everyone children's books. Would you address the people and tell them the truth of the warrior light? Of the flood? How wonderful! You've regaled me in such a tale once before, but I should love to hear it again. Oh, and you may be assured I will not come alone. Hey, nice. Whee! At the door? Nope. Wrong door. Alright, so now we go to Docil's. Skirt. There you are. Between the four of us, I dare say, we've swept the crystallarium from top to bottom. Now we need but wait for people to gather. Please tell me they're gonna have their voices. If I have to switch between like 7,000 voices, I might die.
Yes, this looks to be nearly everyone. Let us begin, shall we? Though I am usually the first to hold forth at such events, I think on this occasion that honor should fall to you.
No. No.
They would be more inclined to take the word of the Warrior of Darkness.
Yeah, but you're all Warriors of Darkness too.
Indeed. In light of the subject matter, who better than thee to speak these truths?
The rest of you guys, because you're Warriors of Darkness also. Yum 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 yum. Yum 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 yum. They were all friends. Huh. Yum 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 yum. They fought amongst each other and killed many people. Bluey bluey yum yum chim yum 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 Malfinia yum yum aided me yum death yum night sky yum yum yum.
Wicked White. The Warriors of Light did all that?
Yum 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 yum.
So they never... I mean, they only ever wanted to help. And when everything they'd done turned to ash, they still carried on.
Yum yum yum.
They gave everything to stop the flood. First their lives, then their souls. And they managed it too. In the end, they saved us. And we cursed their names.
This should go a long way towards clearing the air.
Is he gonna see the guy?
Impossible.
I take it I'm not imagining this then?
I definitely see something. You don't think it's a ghost, do you?
Nay, yonder standeth no bloodless apparition, but a warrior of light and darkness both. Art?
What in the world?
It's you! The one who slew the Eater!
That it should be the Warrior of Darkness who brought the truth to light. You've saved me a fair bit of time. though I have a few words of my own to say, if I may. People of the Crystarium, I am Ardbert, one of those you know as a warrior of light.
That's impossible. You should be dead.
Aye, that I should. But as the world has been given new life, so too have I. I know not why I, and I alone, have been gifted this chance. But I do know this. Only by the will of the star itself could such a miracle come to pass. The hero who stands before you now, the warrior of darkness, is not of this world. And the day will come when he must return to his home. But this land is our home. And if it is to remain so, now and forevermore, it is we who must protect it. The time to rely on saviors from afar has passed. It is you who must rise. You who must become the new warriors of light.
What? Us? Warriors of light?
That stirred a commotion.
None of us were born heroes, my friend. I was only ever a man with a thirst for adventure. But wherever my journeys took me, I was invariably confronted with the same choice. To lend what aid I could to those in need, or not. And I always chose the former. Any one of you could do the same. All you need is the will to help your fellow man, and the resolve to see it through.
From thine own lips did we learn of Ardbert's fate, and by thy countenance I gather thou art not inclined to recant thy testimony. Yet whosoever this man may be, his words hold truth and resonate with the citizenry besides. For us to voice our doubts here and now would serve but to sow disquiet. 'Twere better we retired under the ocular and there discuss this matter in private.
Go. I will stay here and watch.
Oh, God. Do.
So, that is a warrior of light of the First. I've not had the pleasure of making his acquaintance, but as you all seem to be in agreement, I gather this is no simple case of mistaken identity.
As far as I was able to discern, that was indeed Ardbert. It has been a long time, but not that long. Could he truly have been resurrected as he claims?
I mean, I have a spell. It looks and sounds like him, but it isn't him.
Ardbert did entrust his very soul unto thee. I see no reason to question thy judgment.
Nor I. To my eyes, your ether burns as brightly as the day you slew Emmett Selk. That is proof that he is with you still.
Yet that which standeth now before the people is far more than a passing imitation. I am reminded of the cardinal virtues, though a sin-eater he is not. Which leaveth but one plausible explanation.
We're not gonna like where this is going. Yep.
Given their fondness for posthumous possession, I would have to agree. From what I understand, the Warriors of Light were laid to rest in Yulmore by those whom they had aided in life. At the time, some few still remembered them as heroes. Needless to say, 4 of them were subsequently exhumed to serve as the Virtues. And if one knew where to look, Ardbert too would not have been difficult to find.
Assuming then that this is indeed the work of an Ascian, my mind inevitably turns to the last remaining paragon to survive the Sundering.
Elidibus.
The strongest of them.
That Xenos hath reclaimed his own flesh is known. Thus evicted from his borrowed form, and cognizant no doubt of Emet-Selk's failure here in the First, 'tis quite possible the emissary chose Ardbert for his next vessel.
Inhabiting the flesh of the fallen? Why, that is unsavory. And they do this often, you say?
Sadly, yeah.
Verily, for they possess no corporeal forms of their own. In what one may term their natural state, none save those gifted with the echo can perceive them. Indeed, when Elidibus intruded upon the waking sands, his presence did go unmarked by all save Minfilia and the Warrior of Light.
Yep.
On that occasion, I myself remained ignorant of his coming until after his departure. It was only at a later juncture, when he deigned to appear before me in borrowed flesh, that I was finally able to take the measure of him. In such puppetry do the Ascians engage when they seek to influence the course of history.
And they have gained much by it. Emet-Selk single-handedly built the Garlean Empire in this manner, while the Hebrea came close to conquering Eorzea, having taken possession of Thancred's living body.
Yet it must needs be noted that the Ascians cannot avail themselves of all mortal vessels. For were they able to do so, none would serve as a better pawn than our own redoubtable champion. Mayhap the blessing of light shieldeth Hydaelyn's chosen from Ascian influence. Or mayhap other forces are at work. We cannot say for certain.
Whatever the reason, I hope it holds true. I dare not contemplate what might come to pass otherwise.
Oh god, no.
Is it not peculiar, then, that Ardbert's mortal remains should be susceptible, given that he was once a warrior of light? Or did the final departure of his soul make it possible, perhaps? Regardless, to hear an Ascian use him to call forth new warriors of light boggles the mind.
Elidibus hath ever been an enigma, his ostensible purpose being to preserve the balance between light and dark. When he made overtures towards me, however, I was afforded a glimpse behind the mask of the self-appointed emissary. I shall not defend mine actions, undertaken in pursuit of a better understanding of our foe as either wise or prudent. Nevertheless, what little I did glean may now prove useful.
This is all back in a Realm Reborn, so you guys know. When Ardent was brought to our realm.
Elidibus possesseth a subtle mind, practiced in the art of manipulation. That he coaxed this star's most valiant heroes as far as the source with naught save half-truths is no trifling feat. And now I believe he doth employ his skills once more to some as yet unknown end. Though naught is certain, should my suspicions prove true, we shall have need of all our wits if we are to uncover and thereafter thwart his plot.
Agreed. 'Tis plain that simply speaking out against him will not avail us. At best, it would only serve to confuse the people. And I would hesitate to do anything which might tarnish Ardbert's reputation once more. Nor yours, by association.
You would think, knowing that there was a Warrior of Light back up, like, let's play devil's advocate here. Knowing that you have a chess piece, so Sig just learned before this happened that a chess piece has reactivated, which was someone going around going as, I'm the Warrior of Light. You think, before they gave this big moving and passionate speech about how the Warrior of Light was this good guy, right? You'd find out who the person is trying to be the Warrior of Light, just in case it's like some kind of like evil meta plot, right? Or vice versa, you would think the person claiming to be the Warrior of Light wouldn't have shown himself until such a moment that we tried to clear the name of the Warriors of Light. Ugh.
That being the case, it may be wise to keep a covert eye on this Ardbert's movements, as we attempt to discern his purpose and how best to mitigate his influence.
His performance appears to have concluded. What now? Go back out and follow him?
Twould appear Master Alphino already hath pursuit in mind, and I suspect one pair of eyes shall better serve our cause than half a dozen. Let the rest of us maintain an inconspicuous distance, for the present at least.
Okay. Fair. Ooh, money. I'll take the extra 1,000 gold. You did well to dispel the falsehoods surrounding the Warrior of Light and their actions prior to the flood. Though I must say, the reappearance of Ardbert, or rather, one who appears as his identity, was rather curious development. He is an impostor. Of that, there is no doubt, but to the masses, he will appear as a hero returned from the grave. After the Warrior of Light were laid to rest in Elmore, the people prayed fervently for the cause to deliver them from their plight, prayed that these fallen heroes be born again from their sacrifices. What bitter irony. I, for one, would like to know why Ardbert urged people to become Warriors of Light themselves. We take action. We must needs ascience his intent. Let us pray Master Alphadan returneth soon with the most essential knowledge. For now, I think best to apprise Thancred and Reen of the efforts. When we do confront Ardbert, we shall no doubt have need of their strength. Agreed. I think it is prudent we take all measures to prepare for what has to come. Beglug, I will continue our research into how we might improve the spirit vessel, that I might one day carry you home. Tap the cheek. Tap the cheek. Then I think it is time I return to the Greywood. Until now, everything we have learned from the Ascians has been handed to us at their leisure. But that was one of the Image-Slug's unique failings. I have no reason to think Erebus will be forthcoming. Fortunately, I recently received word from Fanau that Heron 2-4 explored chambers have been discovered deep within the Kutaya Revo. Amit believes the relics within tell great calamity that befell the ancient civilization, that the Ascians perhaps, they may lead us to the truths we seek. Would you care for some company? Because she's going to ask me to come, no matter what happens. Let's be honest. I wouldn't dream of going without you. Meow? When you are ready, make to Fanau. Almet and her sisters will be expecting us. Sure thing. Then let us be about our task. Pray give my regards to Vis. Quest accepted! Alright, travel, teleport. Oh wait, just do it this way. This way is easier. Click, click, click. So much easier. Alright, while this is teleport, I'm gonna be right back, guys. Give me like 2 seconds. 2 seconds? Like, really, 2 seconds. Well, alright, more like 7. 7 seconds. 7 whole seconds. I'll be right back. Promise. Coming. 7 seconds. Okay, I made it back. Alright, it was like 48 seconds. Alright, maybe closer to a minute and a half. It was some amount of time. There was definitely some amount of time involved. Up here. Run! What's up, sisters? Welcome, allies of Ronka. We've accomplished much since you last came. With the Light Warden dead and its minions dispersed, we have last reclaimed our hunting grounds near Raka Falls. It is there we discovered more runes. Although we ran afoul of no traps while exploring its halls, we determined that the innermost chambers were warded by magic. We all were in agreement. Before an investigation could proceed, you should be summoned. We are grateful that you did. For what you have told, I strangely suspect that the wisdom my comrade and I seek can be found within. The wisdom could prove invaluable for me, for we may soon face a foe whose greatest asset is our ignorance. I see. Then it is good that you have come. For Raka was once home to the greatest weapon, knowledge and understanding. And it is our duty to ensure you and yours do not want for either. That said, we proceed with caution. To have reached the inner chamber's utmost suggests a most formidable deterrent yet lies within. Come now, surely any threats sleeping within the ruins pale in comparison to those we've faced thus far. This is not a game, sister. You should not be eager to run headlong into danger. Oh, and who is it pinging for the return of our allies that we might venture into the ruins, clutching her staff at night, wishing it were? You promised not to tell! Then I suggest we be going. Get back here! Remind me exactly how old are you and your sisters? On second thought, perhaps it's better I don't know. Pray forgive their overzealous nature. None save we three have been privileged to escort you and yours into the ruins and bear witness to its secrets. Their hearts now burn with a curiosity that is not easily satiated. Please, we need no apologies. As a seeker of knowledge myself, I understand full well that enthusiasm, and if not for your studious efforts to protect the ruins, we would not be afforded this opportunity. Speaking of which, I believe I have kept you away from the ruins long enough. Come, let us speak in the rabble. Approving nod. Approving nod. Story time. This is story time right here. Is this not story enough for you? This is Final Fantasy. This is hundreds of hours of designers and writers creating an amazing story for you to listen to, enjoy, and grow from. And me to try and do 7 trillion voices. It is most strange these halls to be left unguarded. Have care when breaking the seal of the chamber door. Danger surely awaits us on the other side. It is recommended that you set aside a significant amount of time to view the scenes in their entirety. Yep. I could do that.
Come. Our new discoveries are to be found this way.
I forgot they had the brogue on them. I feel bad now.
The people of Ronka are known to have venerated animals, but these features do not match those of any indigenous species. This is no common beast.
Interesting. I don't think it works that way.
Much is plain from its proportions.
Lifelike, is it not? One could almost imagine it breathed. Why you...
Dun 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 dun.
This owl, by contrast, seems no different from the others we've seen.
The sealed door lies ahead. As you see, one statue is missing. I expect we are meant to replace it as before.
Wait, what is this? Near the launch of Slob, Streamlabs reached out to us about using the OBS name. We kindly asked them not to. They did so anyway and followed up by filing a trademark. We've tried to sort this out in private and have been uncooperative at every turn. We're often faced with confused users and even companies who do not understand the difference between the two apps. Support volunteers are sometimes met with angry users demanding refunds. We've had interactions with several companies who do not realize our apps are separate. Legally, they have obtained the terms of the GPL, but they have repeatedly discarded the spirit of open source and of giving back. Despite these actions of Streamlabs, the OBS project will continue to provide free open software and tools for everyone. We will continue to support our users and the community and our amazing developers and their hard work. Dude. Go get them, OBS. Holy shit. Streamlabs. I only used Streamlabs when like OBS was borked for a little while there for me. But seeing that, I'd rather just not stream than use their shit. That's crazy. Like, that is truly crazy to me. Okay, back to the story. Okay, so this is part of what the OBS is talking about.
There will be some additional defense mechanism.
There's OBS, right? There we go. Yeah. Okay. There's OBS, which is this, right? The main program, the main overview, the streaming platform, right? There's OBS. They were the first open broadcast service that allowed streaming and the whole 9 yards, right? OBS is an open source software. Streamlabs took part of the agreement with open source software is that it's a give and take. So you take from the community this software, and as you develop and build it, you give back to the open source, right? Streamlabs took the open source of it and then created Slobs, Streamlabs OBS. They asked OBS to use OBS in their name. OBS said no. Now Streamlabs trademarked OBS. Because of that, there's creating a confusion out in the world because most companies are dumb and they just know OBS is OBS. And so they are confusing when it's Streamlabs doing shady shit. They're going after OBS because Streamlabs OBS has paid functionality, where OBS, just plain OBS, has no paid functionality. It is all like everything I add to OBS is from the open source, and so it's all from just people helping develop the program on its own. And so it looks like OBS is starting to fight back against Streamlabs for both using their name and for causing all this issues. So there you go. Well, so like for instance, I use OBS as my broadcast software, right? But all my independent stuff, so like my alerts and stuff like that, that still funnels from Streamlabs. Because if I find out this is true, I might switch it over to Stream Elements instead. But that'll take time. And I want to do more research about what's going on with this first. But this was posted today at 8:30.
There are words carved into the stone. He who would disturb a hero's deserved slumber shall instead waken the beast and know his folly. Wait! Don't!
Oh, great. You did it now.
What? But I only... What is happening? Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, it lives! Why am I not surprised? Prepare yourself.
Hey, what's up, 80? Wow, that is a thing. Is this gonna be another one of these Escape from the Temple games? Are we gonna play cards? You trespass, mortal, upon the sacred crown. In retribution, 4 souls have been bound. Yet the heroes proved learned to wise. A comrade's soul shall be their prize. If you would see theirs set free, answer me these riddles 3. Okay. Deft of paw, we kin do vie, those solid pout. Betterment of the whole do our efforts. Well, I didn't. Betterment of the whole do our efforts to. What am I? So, deft of paw, we can do vie. I would assume it would be an Oppo because of the paw. Indeed, the old Pope is a keen screwed, the spirit of injustice, but whose guidance the Rokans did prosperity pursue. The riddle answer you did discern, and thus for you a soul is feared. With fearsome fang I travel with pack, together we find harmony, and thus for peace our lands do not lack. What am I? Well, pack is wolf. Indeed, 'twas the spirit of the wolf, the doctrines is praise, that we should know the peace and harmony of the end of their days. The riddle answer you did discern, and thus to you a soul returns. On my belly do I crawl, but my strength does prosperity reign within our halls. What am I? Snake. Indeed, the dread serpent returned protector, allured to slumber, ere to tear the world asunder. The riddle's answer you did discern, and thus you a soul returns. Okay. Desire you which shall I claim, then we shall play yet another game. A test of mind and memory, choose wisely, and you may yet go free. Twixt these talismans hide friend and foe. Choose your companions well, or sorrow know. What are we trying to choose? The one with the difference? Alright, there's nothing on the back. Purple, red, white. Huh. It's got to be a like a choose the difference card. It has to be. Because that's the only thing I could see it being. What's funny is once I find the one difference. I really don't know. I mean, unless it's literally just do it and find out. Blue, yellow. I don't know. I mean, unless you're just supposed to touch it and then... Like... Okay. Alright, so we know this is a save card. Okay, so it's just a find it without getting 2 reds. Okay. Your comrades are assembled together at last. Yet there still remains one trial you must pass. If you would glean the knowledge enshrined in the earth, I would first take measures of your worth. Oh, we get to fight him now? Yep. One worthy of she who is Renakin installed must be strong of mind, body, and soul. Alright, bitch. Jesus Christ, why'd you stand on top of me? I'm not gonna get there in time. Alright, we got it. Okay, back to what I was doing. Stabbing your ass. And then casting Holy, followed by Scorch. So unbalanced. Alright, we're back balanced again. Hey, buddy. Do you mind if I stab you real quick, do you? Oh, shit. Holy Scorch.
Let us see how you handle this. Take this and that away with you.
I wonder if you get the questions wrong if you have to fight this with less people. Here, let's do some flare this time. Hey, we won. Ping, ping, ping.
Twould seem the magics have returned us. How polite. Now, what have we learned?
Ah, we were bound to run into a living statue eventually. And now we can open the door.
Yeah, that's what we learned. Yep. Nothing else. We didn't learn anything else.
He who would disturb a hero's deserved slumber.
So why don't you turn down the heater if you're that hot?
A tomb, just as I thought. Befitting a hero.
She is Vis. Could it be the Archmage Tiuna? A legendary hero of Ronka, as you surmised. The tales tell of how she smote entire armies with a single incantation, so potent was her spellcraft. Though she ever fought in the name of peace.
Oh, that's good.
I thought them no more than tales. To think she really existed.
Well, I for one always believed.
I do wonder also.
By the light of fallen stars, great power awakens.
Tiuna was not only a master of spellcraft. It is said she could see truths long lost and hear the voices of men's hearts.
She had the echo.
Naught less than the echo.
Holy shit.
In which case, none of this is mere coincidence. A shower of stars setting the sky aflame. And in both this world and the Source, we find individuals within whom a mysterious power awakened at the sight. We can never unpick the why of it. Now, however, I believe we might. Does the scene depicted here not resemble the one we saw when we first ventured into the Katana Ravel? Moreover, does it not recall that which Emmett Selk invited us to witness in Amarot? The final days. If, as the Exarch's research suggests, soul and mind share a fragile yet profound bond.
I would sing the song, but I get DMCA'd into the ground.
Upon the soul, that it could be perceived eons later, given a suitable trigger.
Just DMCA'd into nothingness.
The echo defies explanation by conventional etherological theory, or shall we say modern etherological theory. But if it is a power that once belonged to the ancients, to souls yet undivided...
8 seconds? I wish that was the case. I've done the 8-second thing, and have still been DMCA'd.
It would seem I have entered the realm of pure speculation.
I'll survive Twitch, I won't survive YouTube.
I shall refrain from making any further wild claims until such time as I have evidence. Still, I cannot choose but be reminded of our experience in Amarant.
I wish it was that simple. Then we must recall Emichlik's dying request. Nope. I will not soon forget it. I'm not even going to invoke his ass name. Hell no.
Remember us.
Hell no, I'm not invoking his name.
History is learned, not lived. We have always protected the tales of Ronka, just as we have protected this place. But we are mindful of what our mothers taught us. We see the past through our own eyes, and speak of it with our own words. Thus do we come to understand it in our own way. But this is not the same as remembering.
Your mothers were wise. Though we witnessed the final days, our impressions cannot fail to be colored by our own experiences and expectations. Those who lived through it would have perceived the event quite differently. We must bear in mind that it is no simple matter to keep the truth alive, or it will die with Emmett Selk and his kin. But we have disturbed Tuna long enough. Fanau will serve similarly well as a venue for our contemplations.
You gotta remember, when it comes to YouTube, when someone tries to hit me on a DMCA claim, this is one of the things that pisses me off all the time. So, they hit me on a DMCA claim. I can then repeal the DMCA claim. Then, when I repeal it, instead of a third-party adjudicator getting involved in overviewing and figuring out whether or not I am covered under the DMCA or the other person actually has a right to claim the DMCA, it goes back to the person who claimed the DMCA and goes, so this person is saying that he hasn't broken the DMCA and should be able to use this. What do you think? And then they get to choose one of three options. Option 1, release the DMCA claim and say, yep, they're right, they can use it. A normal, useful person that actually pays attention would do this in most cases. Number 2, the people who do it will say, no, the DMCA sticks. Of which then the DMCA sits on your channel and you can't get rid of it then at that point. There's no more repeals, there's no more person, there's no third party. It's just gone. There's nothing you do. And they get to choose it. Option 3, they can say, no, not only do they not have a right to use it, but I want them struck. And when you're a tiny little YouTuber, i.e. 17, last I checked, 17 whole subscribers, woo, up to, then what happens is once you get 3 strikes, you're out, and they delete your channel. And there's no coming back, there's no fixing it, you're just gone. And so most cases, when like I was hit with a DMCA claim, I never wanted to risk the strike. And what makes it even worse is you have ass goblins out there that take like NCS is no copyright sounds. They're like, use our music, listen to it. And so you'll have some ass clown put like 50 seconds of one song in and then slap the song on top of it, right? So it'll be like 50 seconds of like this bullshit ass song, and then they'll slap song A in, right? So we'll say like this song, right? Like I play this song all the time, right? And so like 50 seconds of play of some bullshit song, and then this will play up, right? And they'll play the whole song, and then they'll do like 50 seconds of bullshit again. And then what they'll do is they'll use YouTube's program to say, look, that's our music, they're stealing it, and copyright claim everyone. And because NCS doesn't claim, they don't know that people are doing this. And so then it takes people like me that have to sit there and reach out to NCS and go, hey, just so you know, there's this ass goblin from this company claiming this, and I ship it to them, and then they take it to their teams of lawyers and stuff like that, and go after the ass goblins that's doing what they're doing. Meanwhile, I still have the mark on my account of having a DMCA. All because there's not a third-party person involved. It goes to the person who claimed the DMCA to decide what happens to the DMCA. It's a bullshit system. It would be like the guy, like I get caught speeding, and then, you know, like I wasn't actually speeding, you know, I just get pulled over, and the cop's like, you were speeding. I was like, no, I wasn't speeding. He goes, yeah, you were, give me your license now. What? Yep. I'm saying you're speeding. Well, I'm going to take this to court. There is no court. I've decided at this point, I said you were speeding. You didn't agree that you were speeding. I've determined you were speeding. Here's your thing. Give me your license. Ugh. Hate them. GeForce Game Ready Driver? What Game Ready Driver just came out? Oh, they're getting ready for Battlefield. Forgot that's coming out soon. By your propensity of expression, I take it that the tome has given you much to think about. That is well. In time, the knowledge that you've gleaned and lead to understanding, and thus arm you for what is to come. Before you leave, however, I would speak with you again about the teachings of our forebears, of histories learned and not lived. The legend of Tintinia and her exploits has been told countless times over the centuries, yet as it is handed down from one generation to the next, the story changes. With each telling of the tale, there are new flourishes, details changed or lost. We can never truly know how she lived, for we were not there to see it. But we are here now to bear witness of your life. We have seen your change you have wrought and the echoes that you will endure long after you are gone. And though it will change in time, I swear to you, we shall do our best to preserve your story. I hope you forgive me if I didn't make my oath of my own, but I think it goes without saying, we could never misspeak of your heroism. Perish the thought! So long as we're here, there are none of the Vis who will not know what you have done for Norverdern. We do not deserve such reverence, but we are grateful all the same. You can be certain that you will have your own tales to tell of great guardians of Rnyaknyanya and the ruins of Ranoka. I pray you safe travels then. As ever, we shall wait for your return with open arms. Hey! Oh, I know, Sim. I know I've like I know you've dealt with it and so on and so forth. I mention it because there might be other people who don't realize how ridiculous YouTube's system is, which is why when it hit Twitch and it started doing the stupid shit it did on Twitch, and Twitch started doing dumb shit, it was just like, is this just gonna be how it is? Is this real life now? Although we learned naught of the Asians, the insight we gained into the Echo made our trip worthwhile. Before we return to the Crystallarium, however, there's a small matter I would attend to in Slitherborough. Might I trouble you to come with me? Sure, why not? Hey, what's up, Sebroth? Teleportation! Whee! Okay.
Siegfried, it is good to see you. You've arrived at the most opportune time. I was preparing a pot of our famous stew. Come, I will ready a place for you.
I'm sorry, Renar, but we haven't the...
Please, I insist. I will take only a minute.
4 years later. My apologies, Siegfried. It seems our return to the Crystallarium will be delayed, but perhaps only for a bit, if you assist me with my work. I say work, but it's rather more of a chore. I must clean my chambers here in Slitherbrook from top to bottom. If you'd be so kind as to go fetch a broom from... I am the goddamn warrior of f***ing light and f***ing darkness. I have destroyed f***ing so many f***ing Asians. I've saved this world from the brink of f***ing destruction. I'm doing everything in my power. Everything in my f***ing power to f***ing save you and your f***ing souls. And your idea of my f***ing free time is get a f***ing broom? Sure, I'll go get a broom.
A broom for Master Montoya? I cannot imagine why she would need such a thing, but here you are. It is old and sturdy and sure to suffice.
Thank you. Wow. What class are you? I need to know. You are okay, you're a white mage. All right, I guess we can go with that. I was waiting for it to say like freaking something ridiculous like freaking paladin or like one of the tanking classes. Like, this makes no sense. I trust Edgar was able to find a broom for us. Wait, are you gonna cast a spell on it? Are you gonna make the broom do the dancey dance? Please tell me you're gonna make the broom do the dancey dance. Well worn, good. This would prove difficult otherwise. Though I must say, I think I'd rather well for not having a broom thus far. Yes, well, you weren't buried beneath a variable avalanche of books when you entered, were you? Right. Anyway, it's time to finish cleaning with the help of that broom. Tell me you're going to cast a spell. Do it. Do it. Do it. You don't honestly think I'd do the old-fashioned way. That broom is more than capable of sweeping by itself, or rather, it will be. Time to rise, time to swish and sweep. A tidy chamber you must keep. To this task you shall be bound, until no dust is to be found. In this one particular respect, I have no objections to following Master Montoya's footsteps. In future, I may need you to remind me the pursuit of knowledge does not preclude other equally important duties, such as maintaining clean quarters for said pursuit. I will dearly miss this place. These people. Oh, I forgot he hasn't known that she's leaving. Master Montoya.
Pardon the interruptions, but the stew is ready.
Forgot he doesn't know. Is something troubling you? You've been rather quiet.
No, everything is fine. I assure you. It's been a long day is all.
I see. Pistola, thank goodness you're still here. Oh, it's the twins. Alphanod, I thought you were following Ardent. As I thought, I would. Sad to say, I lost track of him shortly after entering these woods. He seems determined to traverse every ilm of Norvert in his quest to speed the truth of the Warrior Light and the Flood. And it seems news from your address to the Crystallarian precedes him with every destination, making his task all the more simpler. It remains to be seen what he encourages people to become warriors of light themselves. But there's no denying that his words have struck a chord with many. Were we all agreed that this is just an Assi employee, yes? Their commandered corpses before, and to no good end. I see no reason to think the time is any different, especially when it's the fallen warrior of light. I doubt we'll learn more if we remain a step behind. His next destination, in all likelihood, is Slitherborough. Alysael, are you certain you should be here? If you're concerned about Howrick and the others, you needn't be. Their treatment is going well, but the process is slow and exhausting for all of us. The best thing I can do now is let them rest. So, I believe they were about to discuss how to arrange a meeting with our would-be warrior of light. Before visiting any town or villages, Arbor would hunt down and slay a nearby sin eater to earn the locals' trust. Our best chance is getting ahead of him and finding one before he does. Thankfully, Thancred and Rhine has returned to the empty and have taken up the search. Rhine believeth one may lurketh beneath the burrows of woven oath. Then, that is where we'll start our search.
Master Matoya!
Just say it.
A warm bowl of stool will await your return.
I look forward to it. Just tell her, idiot. I know all too well of having shit on my mind and not saying anything about it. Oh, he already killed it. Something tells me he's summoning the damn thing and then killing it.
If you were hoping to vent your frustrations on our Issa friend here, I can only apologize.
Few as they are now, it took us no time at all to track it down.
That suits our purpose perfectly. Now we need only wait for Ardbert to arrive.
Weren't you two meant to be attending to the empty?
We were, and are, but we can hardly ignore the rest of the world. So we thought we might see how things were coming along. From what we can gather, the answer is strangely.
Right now, we think we can do more good here.
It is heartening to have all present.
Aww.
Indeed. We will be glad of the additional hands should matters escalate.
Our quarry has come.
Oh, yes. Here we go.
It seems I've lost this particular race. Although I suppose it's only fair. When we first met, it was I who outpaced you. Ravana, was it? But where are my manners? I wouldn't be here were it not for you, and I have yet to say a word of thanks.
That's whether he wishes Seto was here.
Poor fellow. He will be sorely missed.
I thought you were supposed to be good at this. Hell yeah, we're calling him right out.
Very well. Let us forego this pretense. After all, it was never you that I needed to deceive. Yes, it is I, Elizabeth. Through your time in Emet-Selk's imitation of our home, I dare say you have gained a better understanding of my role since last we met. Not that it matters.
We understand your role, emissary, but not your goal. What is it that you seek to achieve?
Balance.
I seek to enact the will of the Convocation, of course. If it helps you to think of me as but another Ascian, no different in nature or purpose from the rest, you are welcome to do so.
Once, I would have said your goal was destruction alone. Now I understand that you fight for something you love, just as we do. Yet though we seem doomed to clash, I bid you consider Emet-Selk's final words. Remember that we once lived, he said. Had he not seen some glimmer of hope in our kind, I do not believe he would have spoken thus.
None better understood your plight than he. His words must surely be worthy of your consideration.
Emet-Selk. How very unlike you to err so gravely. That one should stray at the end of so onerous a path is understandable. But I had thought you above such weakness. Mayhap you thought the same. Would that I had been present to offer correction. But I shall do so now, as is my duty, and return all to its proper course. As for you, look at yourselves. Look at your history. Look back 100 short years to how your greatest warriors were undone. And now, at but a word from me, you raise your hands in answer like the puppets you are. Naught has changed. You fail, and you fail, and you learn nothing. Allow that which is most important to slip through your fumbling fingers like so many grains of sand, again and again and again, and you would remember us. You do forget yourselves. There is no common ground to be found between you and I. Nor do I require any.
I just realized something. We're carrying Arbert's soul. And Arbert's body is now resurrected and healed. Would we be able to do what the Garleman did? At some point and eject the Ascian and allow him to, like, be alive again? That'd be kind of cool.
I have my duty.
Wait!
Hey, look! Silkweave! I should go pick this up so I can make some silk.
We have confirmed the identity of our foe, at least. And 'tis safe to say his objective is the rejoining.
But we still have no idea how playing the part of a warrior of light will further his cause, nor why he would spur others to do the same.
Another visit to the Tempest may shed some light upon these mysteries. Whether we are to exchange words or blows with Elidibus at our next meeting, the fact remains, we know too little. Ere our paths cross again, I would learn more of the world that once was, and of Elidibus himself. In this, we would be best served going directly to his home, much as Emmett Selk came to ours.
Though I see the wisdom in thy suggestion, the Amarot we visited is but a phantom born of Emmett Selk's memory. I fear it will teach us little that we do not already know.
I quite agree. Yet the ruins of the actual city remain unexplored. Given the vastness of the Tempest, I should not be surprised were there more such structures like to those in which the Ondo reside.
There ought to be learned. I want to know. As long as you don't make me do any more chores.
A man after my own heart.
Aww.
Assuming we are all in agreement,
Too bad Alice will stab you in the
first
throat.
pay a visit to the Ondo. If anyone can tell us where more ruins are to be found, it is the...
We're gonna take the money. Alphonod has the right of it. Let us pay a visit to the Ondo. We should speak with Talus Ath first. As chieftain, he is doubtless privy to the great many secrets. Quest accepted. All right. I think for now, though, it's a nice little cut over here. So we're gonna be bringing this to a close for now, due to the fact that I have to be off at midnight due to the fact that I have work tomorrow. Tomorrow night we're also gonna be ending at midnight, so hopefully we'll be able to end this main scenario patch 5.2 tomorrow night. It looks like we're getting there. Yeah, we have 4 quests left, it looks like, for this area, including... Yeah, so we should be able to finish this tomorrow night, and then we'll go from there. A big shout out for everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out this evening, but unfortunately I do have to call it here. Yeah, so let's do the ending credit thing. Let's roll the credits. and say a big thank you for everyone for tuning in. The ending credit music is brought to you by Electromina, and the song is Summer Vibes. And I hope to see you all here tomorrow night. We'll go live with more Final Fantasy XIV, the main storyline playthrough, as we prepare ourselves for Endwalker, coming out at the beginning of the month. Until then, guys, have a great rest of your evening. Good night, everyone. Button.